We are privileged that we have with us Dr. Careemah Choong. She is a returning expert under the Talent Corporation's Returning Expert Program. She has been building her career in the Saudi Arabian education industry for the past 15 years. Her humble beginnings as a teacher gradually worked her way up to the head of vocational in a college, provided her insights as a practitioner. While working, she had obtained her Masters of Business Administration, Masters of Education in Teaching, certified as a Cambridge Speaking Examiner, and IELTS Clerical Marker. Her PhD in Business Administration is a three-sided reflective practice on sustainable private higher education business model. She has also served as the co-chair of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Language Teachers Association affiliated to TESOL Arabia and IATEFL in 2015, and served as the treasurer of the Al Khobar from 2013 to 2015. I extend my heartiest welcome to Ms. Choong for delivering her invited talk. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank my supervisor, Dr. Nkatio, who has been constantly supervising and pushing me to achieve everything in my life, and Professor Rajendran for the opportunity to speak in this very special conference itself. In fact, it's my first time actually presenting in an online conference itself. So I've written this social entrepreneurship towards a better community because of the COVID-19 situation that actually affects everyone here. It's a very, very simple talk, which I like to highlight because this is a very, very special time, which is very unprecedented, where everyone is affected by COVID-19, either socially, economically. So I think this time we need really social entrepreneurship. In fact, social entrepreneurship is not something very new. It was first coined in 1970s by the banks that actually social issue can be resolved using managerial practice and businesses. And social entrepreneurship nowadays is on the rise because of the demands of developing countries for a better living condition and the increase of consciousness among consumer itself. Social entrepreneurship actually combines two concepts, entrepreneurship and also social responsibility, CSR itself. So let us talk about entrepreneurship in some of the definition itself. According to James Bettitz itself, 1990, his quote is, entrepreneurship actually shifts the resources from the lower end of section of resources to a higher productivity and to have a greater yield itself. On top of that, an entrepreneur is always thinking outside of the box, and he senses or she senses the gap in the community needs and try to address the needs by creating creative solution itself. A social entrepreneur also determines to intervene to creating a small sustainable development. And this is very in line in our current situation with the 3 dimensions of sustainable development goals of United Nations. And in social entrepreneurship especially, out of the 17 goals itself, which are economic, social, and environment, I feel that social entrepreneurship are able to address all these needs. Social entrepreneurship actually is a paradigm shift of success of a social entrepreneur, a mission-driven non-profit organization with a profit as a byproduct or using a hybrid model itself. So let's go to the 5 elements of social entrepreneurship. Okay, the first element of the social entrepreneurship, according to Prado and McLean in 2006, number 1 is the talent to identify the market failure that is actually holding back the humanity, and adopting a mission and create something to sustain the social value. And secondly, continuously pursuing opportunities to continue to serve the mission through tailoring and implementing its needs itself. And thirdly, thirdly, the social entrepreneur's passion will not be curtailed by the limited resources, and it has a sense of heightened accountability and constituency serve for the outcomes created. And last and not least, the issues of social enterprise in Malaysia itself. We have around over 20,000 social enterprise in Malaysia. And based on the studies for British Council on Doing Good in Social Enterprise, out of the 20,000 itself, most of them do not have a mechanism to propel and to scale up to be more mature social enterprise in order to deepen their impact to the community itself. Most of the social enterprise in Malaysia have lack of legal definition and recognition of business entity. Therefore, they operate in various form of registration. Some are registered as Sanjaya Berhad, which is a private limited, and some as association, and some as foundation itself. And there has been actually misconception among the Malaysian society that enterprises are actually charity itself. And most of the social enterprise in Malaysia itself depends on grants and donation. Social enterprise in Malaysia always have problems in funding and having sustainable business model that offer products and services with measurable social goal itself. And last but not least, issues here in social enterprise, there's not much support until recently, where Magic has been aggressively promoting and scaling up the social enterprise itself. Okay, the current trends in Malaysia as a social enterprise is more and more younger generations are willing to actually contribute and participate in social enterprise itself. Malaysia itself have a lower enterprise compared to other Asian countries by 2% itself. And the good news is the Malaysian government is actually providing more funding for digital and hard tech startups for digital enterprise. And there are more recognition of the existing social enterprise so that when all older and more mature social enterprise are recognized, the younger ones may rise. In addition, most of the Malaysian are more open-minded nowadays, where they are out with buying and more towards renting itself, towards a more sustainable environment, and having co-working space for all, and inclination of Southeast Asian to purchase eco-friendly product itself, according to the Nelson survey in 2015. All right, as all of us experience COVID-19 itself, during the unprecedented time, social enterprise actually plays a very huge role in making the communities and addressing the needs. For example, the BGBG initiative that actually helped during the COVID-19 itself, where we have a shortage on protective gear itself. They managed to reach 140,000 and 20,000 fields to the hospital itself. The phase one of BGBG initiative was a non-profit approach where they heavily rely on volunteers and give the face mask as donation to the frontliners. The second phase itself is more of a social enterprise model where they use the marginalized community of bottom 40 of Malaysia. They are paid for each scrub set that they create itself. Therefore, it actually resolved the issue when we have shortage of personal protective equipment itself during that time. And the other one is Pictured Eats, where they rebuild the life of refugee chef from Syria, Afghanistan, while making itself. Through Zaza Foundation, they actually provided meals to frontliners and also the community affected by COVID-19 itself. In Malaysia itself, we have a lot of prominent social enterprise, and I had the privilege actually to talk to some of them. For example, Heart to Help, which is championing on migrant workers' rights, and Finco recently with the CEO of Finco, they are actually helping with the financial industry itself to increase the proficiency of language among the public school itself. So nowadays, the evolution of social enterprise is the ecosystem is more friendly, whereby there is an integration between the government and private sector. And this ecosystem itself are able to have several impacts. For example, public and private sector employees who hire the employees and purchase the goods and services in order to have more sustainability of the model of some social enterprise. They are more philanthropic that provides financial support to build social enterprises capability in order to better serve their employees. Government agencies that have funding that provided additional training and income stabilization to social enterprise and their employee as well, and to actually generate the growth such as Magic in Malaysia. And human resources agency that provide employee support. As you know, that social enterprise, they have a problem where they have problems retaining their social enterprise employees for the long-term basis. And last and not least, the government is actually investing in the model of social enterprise in Malaysia recently by accrediting the social enterprise with social enterprise accreditation program. And in Malaysia, we have the new National Entrepreneurship Policy 2030, where they start to teach actually entrepreneurship in the public school itself. And they are intensifying the outreach to all market segments, including the differently able and the bottom 40 community. Previously, when we are talking about doing good, they are working actually against the giant, but now it's not, it's different. They're working with giants actually with their corporate responsibility, CSR, and the triple bottom line to give back to the community itself. And for the more community in the rural community of bottom 40 in Malaysia, they're using the cooperative to reach them. And last and not least, I hope that the social enterprise can be a solution for a public health crisis during this time of the looming global recession and resolve the need of the growing unemployment. With this, I also wrote a module, hopefully in January, we'll be able to inspire more social entrepreneurs with our curriculum in future. Thank you.
Thank you, Careemah Choong, for your nice presentation on social entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for delivering your invited talk.